What's up, folks? Man, I'm gonna jump in here real quick. I'm in my little lounge gear, and I'm a little sleepy, but had a little insights fly in, so I think they're worth sharing. All right. As this relates to divine flow and learning how to swim in God's current, this is about elevating your emotions. How do we elevate our emotions? And first of all, what is that, and what does it mean, and why do we got to know it, and what is it? What's its purpose? So I just said that 3 times. Anyway, elevating your emotions are a part of learning how to swim with divine flow because, again, divine flow is God's current that guides you or takes you effortlessly into your thriving space, right? So, a part of learning how to swim is learning how to elevate your emotions. Now, when I heard this term before, I would always, and actually the people who explain it, when they explain it, they always kind of say that or at least they lead you to believe that elevating your emotions is almost like being in the states of gratitude and thankfulness, which is always good, of course. But it leads you to believe that there is an emotional state that is more connected to God that you know moves God to move on your behalf, right? And I found that that's not really the way that it could be said that makes it closer to what maybe God is trying to get us to understand. I'll never say that a thing is wrong because language is language. We hear things based on our perceptions. So different people they can hear that same term and they can get it. You know, they can get it exactly the way that um, it's intended to be gotten, to be used, right? But there is a way if you're like me, right, that you got to be spelt out a little bit more clearer. Can I say that? Yeah. Anyway, so what is elevating your emotions? Elevating your emotions is about your emotions expanding, your vision of self. And I'm reading on my notes too. If y'all see me look up here, I'm reading. I shouldn't even told you that. Okay, it's expanding your vision without adding too much excitement. That's the key. You've heard this in a couple of past videos. I talked about desire and resistance, not having desire and not having resistance simultaneously, because those things well, that's a recipe for you to stay where you are. You know what I mean? Um, Now you can have a desire because a desire is a target, but yet you can't put too much excitement in it because it's gonna call your bluff because God doesn't respond off of emotional type of things like we do, or God doesn't respond off of excitement. When we talk about faith, faith is believing something. You know what I mean? If you believe it, you believe it already. There's no need to hop and skip, you know, when you know your name is Jamal, you know what I mean? Because that's who you are. So it's the same concept with any creational place. You have to accept what you're creating without judgment, without a desire wrapped in excitement, because God won't hear it. It's just that simple. So learning how to swim, or a part of learning how to swim with divine flow, is elevating your emotions. And we elevate our emotions by expanding our vision for our life. So maybe I work at a car wash, and maybe I want to work at, or maybe I want to be inside of the car wash. I want to be behind the desk. So um, I'm going to expand my vision of my present self, and I'm going to take on, per se, the vision will tell me this is what it's like to be behind the desk without any emotion. Because remember, the emotion or the excitement says that you're not there yet. So if I'm already standing in this place or sitting in this seat, I have no need um, to be overly emotional about it. I'm just grateful that I'm there because, again, gratefulness and gratitude is always good. But there's a balance in all of this, and learning and understanding the balance and swimming with this current of God is literally a game changer. It literally helps you um, to be who you're dreaming about being, right? So we got elevate your thinking, elevate your emotions, and elevate your behavior. We're gonna talk about that later. I don't want to throw too much on you, but I think it's real important if you're like me to understand what that means. And when you hear those terms, and if you ever heard that and you wondered, what is that talking about? That's what that means. You elevate your emotions. You are who you want to be without any of the overly exciting times. I know it's exciting. You win $1 million, man. You feel like you're gonna do a couple backflips. You know what I mean? But when you are a creator of $1 million, when you create it, when you are co-creating with God the way that you were intended to be, God doesn't get excited about creating because God knows who God is. And it's the same for you. You're a co-creator, you're connected to God. So you create out of a knowing, out of it's just a knowing, man. And that's what faith is. Faith never implied that it was so exciting that, you know what I mean, you can just do backflips, jump up, or whatever. It just said, hey, it's the substance of things unseen, hoped for. You know, don't get too caught up on the language that you miss the prize. Hope that made sense, folks. Rising Ground Church, Pastor Jamal. Holla.